Us talking about all the plants that we're going to be planting, the big red begonias and all the other things. We're going to need some really great garden tools. And this is a garden tool that's designed for those of us who maybe don't garden a whole lot anymore because maybe you have a little bit of arthritis or you have carpal tunnel or your hands just, you get tired really quickly. Look at the grip. These are called Easy Grip. They're garden hand tools. You're going to get 3 of them, a fork, a trowel, and a cultivator, 3 that you need. And I even got you a clearance price on these. Downside, no reorder, so get them while you see them. Upside on these, you're saving money. You're saving about $7.50 on these. I have the slate blue in front of me. And then we'll also show you green, and there's your green. So those are your 2 choices. They're 25% off. And as you see all those stars, that means they're customer top rated. That means, if you want to go, and you're always welcome when you watch us on QVC, go to QVC.com, download our free app. If you want to read reviews, and it's usually right underneath the product description, look for reviews, and we don't change those. So then you would have an opportunity to be able to go ahead and read what people have said. But instead of having your wrist do all the work, the palm of your hand does all the work here. I got you an expert, Jack Yeiser. He's actually the co-creator. He works with his dad. He helps to develop and produce these ideas with their family business. So, hi, Jack. Always nice to see you. How are you?
Great to see you, Pat. And that's exactly what you're talking about, because all that torque that you need to put in whenever you're working in the garden, all that force that you're trying to apply to get through the dirt, all of that is put through your wrist, right? And all of it is dependent on your wrist and how much you can actually support on your wrist. And look at how tweaked up my wrist is when I'm using a normal handled garden tool. I'm just using a trowel. And then compare that to how my wrist looks on the Easy Grip. Now, why is that better? Because watch, as I push down, I can only go as deep into the soil as my grip will allow. And look at that, I just lost grip on that.
I could really see, Jack, I could see all the work being done in your wrist with the old-fashioned kind.
It's all, you can see how much I'm tensing up, and it actually just hurts to hold whenever I've got this old tool like this. And then if I compare that with the Easy Grip, look at this, I don't even need to grip it up and I can push it in. I have an open palm and I'm still pushing it in deeper, because the nice thing is, because of that vertical grip, I can now put more weight onto there without having to worry about my hand slipping off and causing me blisters or causing me any sorts of pain like that. Especially if you get a wooden tool like this. I don't know if you got an older tool at home, but if your hands are slipping around on a wooden tool, you might get a splinter. Not here. We've got nice soft TPR. It's very good for gripping. And then it also, because of that vertical grip and the actual knob at the top, you can get a nice firm hold, so you're not going to lose your tools. You're not going to be trying to pull on something and all of a sudden your hand flies off or anything crazy like that.
I mean, right or left-handed, you don't have to worry about that at all. So why did you decide on these 3 tools, Jack?
So these are our most used tools as we see them. So you have your trowel, that's great for everyday garden use. You got your cultivator right here. This is great for aerating the soil or clearing area. And then I like the fork. We found some nice uses for this, is that as we've updated it, it's great for pulling weeds. So if you ever stick it under and then you just pull a weed up. The nice thing is you have this, again, as we were talking about, the knob at the top. So when you try to get under a weed, right, and you pull up, you don't have to worry about there being any issue of your hand slipping out. But what I like to use this for as well is also to aerate the soil, but in a different way. Because right out here, usually it's so dry. We've had so much rain out here in Southern California. But what we did when it was dry is we would take the fork and we would push it down like this, and it would create these little holes that would aerate the soil or allow water to get in.
Wow.
So when we were watering our gardens or anything like that, we would have all these little aerated holes for water and air to seep in and actually create a better garden and a more healthy garden.
I love that idea. I mean, Bernini, we're going to talk about the hose in just a second, but you and your family really take things that we've owned that no one has redesigned for years and updated them. So now we don't have to give up the idea of gardening anymore. Now you can stay out there longer and put in all those plants and seeds and gardens, that you used to enjoy. You have beautiful raised garden beds. We have a lot of those, and a lot of us have gone to container planting and raised garden beds where these are ideal.
And let's get back out in the garden. Let's get back out in the garden and enjoy the sunlight, enjoy the smell of the air, the birds, the breeze, everything about the outdoor garden experience that you're missing right now because it's too difficult to garden in your yard. Let's make that easier for you so you can get back to doing what you love and experiencing it in the fullest of ways.
There it is. Did you see how that just ripped out the dandelion? Look out, dandelions, here I come.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty of it. What is the metal made out of?
It's
Jack?
made out of cold rolled steel, so this is very durable material, and then it's going to last a long time. And then I think my favorite part about these is, again, that vertical grip. To me, that is the key thing, because we're just making an innovation that is something that you would think, oh, the garden tool doesn't need to change. But then you start using something like this and you're like, I can't believe that I used to have a garden tool with a horizontal handle. It just doesn't feel the same. It feels so much better to have a vertical grip to secure your hand in whenever you're doing gardening.
Yeah, so you can really enjoy it. So you're not walking around the next day like, oh, my wrist is killing me. I don't know why. Now you know
Exactly.
why.
Yeah.
Jack, you know, at a clearance price, we're not going to be able to bring these back. So now's the time to pick them up. Housewarming gift, Mother's Day, Father's Day. How about for yourself? Because soon our plants are going to be arriving. So you want to have these in time. This is the slate blue. We also have green. You tell us what you like best. And we're going to keep Jack with us. Love these. You can put a whole basket together. I've got sloggers coming up you can put. Already very, very